How I would start over today if I lost everything. Most people wouldn't survive from zero, especially in a market like today. But I already did it once and I can do it again, inshallah. God willing, as we say. I came to this country with nothing. Bad English, no connection, and definitely no blueprint to show me how I could make it or reach my dreams. I didn't know anything about business, real estate, entrepreneurship, but I had hunger, discipline, and faith. And if I had to do it again today, I would even do it faster, smarter, with even more clarity, God willing. So let me show you how I would do that. Before anything else, I would start with getting my mind right. I would fix my mindset. Most people lose before they even start because of the mindset. I would tell myself it's nobody's fault. I would take full ownership and there's nobody that's gonna come save me. That's how my mindset would be. Second, I would also set clear expectation that this is not gonna be a very easy road, because if it's that easy, a lot of people would have done it, but most people choose to work a job, steady, paycheck to paycheck. So if you want something different, you have to do something different than other people do. So you cannot compare yourself with people around you, and you gotta stay disciplined. That's what I would tell myself. And then I would also tell myself that my decisions define me. So every time I would make a decision, I would think, okay, what's that future successful Omar would do? Would he be watching TV? Would he be spending money? How would he be talking to his parents? What would he be eating? Who's his friends would be? What his circle would look like? So any decision I would take, I would think about that as well too. Let's jump into it. How would I make money immediately? Because that's the most important thing. If there's no money coming in, there's no way I'm gonna go ahead and make it. So the first thing that I would focus on is how can I make money today? I would go get a job, any job, I wouldn't care, because I need money right now to pay my bills and pay my rent and get food. So if it's delivery, construction, driving, delivering pizzas, whatever it is, I'll get a job right now. And I would know it's temporary, it's not forever, but I need money right now. That would be the first part. Or I would start actually another side hustle. And let me tell you a funny story about side hustle. I was talking to one of my best friend's little brother. He's 18. And in the summer, he started doing like landscaping jobs. And he was showing me how much money he made just over the summer. And it was impressive. There was one client, he made $3,000 off of him. So there's a lot of opportunity by launching a side hustle. So I would launch a side hustle like landscaping, power washing, tutoring, anything that get extra cash, right? And then maybe focus on that. So either get a job or launch a side hustle immediately, or do both. That's what I would do, right? And call this a full-time job. Painting, any small side hustle I would start. Something that doesn't require skills or degree, so there's no excuses not to do it. And there's a bunch of these like you could start. So I would do one of those two things or both of them. Then I would actually be very careful with that money I'm making. As we said, Tyler made about there's 1 month he showed me he made 7,000. So if I'm making that money, I'm not gonna go out and spend it all. I would probably live below my means, no fancy cars, no crazy expensive clothes, just my needs. Live in a small apartment that I can afford rent, because I need every dollar right now. And I would also be extremely careful with my time. So those are the things that I would do. Now that I have that and I have money coming in, I would learn one high income skill fast. And what are these skills? Sales, communication, content creation, real estate lead generation, something that I can learn that not everybody knows and can get really good at it. I mean, you could say, hey, sales, everybody knows sales, but are they that good at it? I actually love sales. I think if you learn sales, you will need it in everything. So once I get good at that skill, and for me, when I was back in there, I'd already learned sales because I was working sales jobs, but I've learned the real estate lead generation. So let's just focus on the real estate part for the sake of this episode. So I would learn how to find real estate deals. Right now, knowing what I know, we do like maybe 5 to 6 projects every month, new, for ourselves or other clients, and all of them end up making money for the clients. So that tells me there's a lot of deals out there, that it's all about who's getting to these deals first. So if you learn how to reach out to these deals, reach out to some sellers, find opportunities. So I would go back and I would learn that, assuming I didn't know. So if I lost everything, I will start finding real estate deals. And here's what I'm gonna do with these deals. I wouldn't go ahead and renovate it and invest. You cannot invest when I'm broke. What I will do is I'll start making more money even now. So I'll start flipping. So I will flip or wholesale them. You need money. You need money to buy this deal and you need money to flip it. I will look into hard money lenders. Okay, if my credit is bad, what am I gonna do? I'll bring in other partners. So all these deals that we're doing, people are making money off of them. So if I bring a deal and I had no money, and actually that's exactly what I did. I had a deal, I was gonna wholesale, and I brought somebody on, just met him online. I was like, hey, I have this deal. And this guy was a broker. He's a good friend of mine now, give a lot of respect. He came and he walked the deal with me. He was like, listen, you don't have the experience I do. You don't have the money I do. Let's partner up together, do this flip. And if we run the numbers correctly, which was a really good deal, each one of us walk away with 25,000, which is amazing. I still told him no. He said, you know what? I knew you would say that. Talk to this hard money lender. Tell him I send you. He will fund you all the money. And actually that happened. The hard money lender funded me all the money and I made really, really good money on this first deal. So I would do the same exact thing again. I would get to the hustle. I'll start finding deals. Nobody really want to put that much work in. I'll put the work in, you become valuable, because I will be doing the legwork that's a lot of investors don't want to do. They just want the deal. They don't have time to chase, talk to the seller, negotiate. That's why a lot of people would pay wholesaler. I now paid, just last deal, I paid a wholesaler about $15,000 for finding the deal. I bought the house for 50. He got it under contract for 35. So there was 15,000. I knew about it. Did I care? No. It still made sense and I still made money. So why would I cut him out? So he did the legwork. He did all that. So I would get there. Now that I start making more money from flips, I would repeat and then I would reinvest that money. Another thing I would start thinking about it when I'm in the process about like, okay, I should take a step here or change that or change that. I would focus on that one thing, because every time I open social media or every time I go somewhere, you will see, I will see opportunities trying to drag my time and my effort. So I will focus, okay, if it's real estate, I'm stuck to this. I'm not saying I would say stubborn if it's not working, but I will make sure I at least give it my best before I would change it to something else. So yeah, so I will get partner, I'll bring the deals, the hustle, and they will bring the cash. Win-win for me and for these people or investors. And I wouldn't go in any risky projects, no hype or just numbers. I will stick to what works. So if I lost everything today, I would build it faster than the first time, because now I have the mindset, the skills, the discipline, the expertise, the perspective, and I still have the hunger. So if you're starting from nothing right now, let me tell you something. You're not done and you're not stuck. Starting from zero is not the end. It is the beginning. And if I could build everything from nothing, you can too. So if this episode helped you, share with someone who needs a reset. Follow the podcast, subscribe on YouTube, and DM me your story or reach out with any questions. I'll be more than happy to help you. I do respond to everyone.